So welcome to vlog number 2 for Warlord Games Epic Battles ACW. And I promised in the last vlog that I would show you some of the bits of terrain I've been working on. I don't have any terrain for this scale. I didn't have prior to this. It's been a long time since I played with anything this small. I'm in my 40s now. I think in my late teens. Before I went to university I had 6mm and 10mm and 15mm Napoleonics and ACW, but that stuff has long gone. I've been playing exclusively Middle Earth for a couple of years with 28mm stuff, so nothing that would really suit. But it enabled me to kind of go old school really and go back to making terrain rather than kind of buying 3D printed stuff and model kits and just painting them. But I used to be buying a lot of foreground buildings and using them as well. So I haven't really sort of built much from scratch or kind of done what you can see here, which is turn household products and stuff into terrain for ages. So I quite enjoy the old school element to it. So what I started with was I picked up some carpet tiles. I ordered them through eBay. I'll say carpet tile samples. There's loads on there if you search them in the UK. I'm sure it's the same in other countries as well for a pound. A lot of them are free postage as well, and what you get varies from place to place. I mean, it was £1 for these 2 small squares, which is fair enough, bargain as it is anyway. And then these larger ones are £1 as well for each, so that's not too bad. Different sizes, so I haven't got my tape measure with me. I'll give you an idea, but you can see, you know, I'm hand sized, which is perfect for this scale. If I grab a stand and pop them on, you got the idea. So perfectly big enough to hide a regiment in a field, which is what you want. So I do lots of different colour carpet tiles. I've obviously tried to pick ones that have a base colour that's useful, and then I've airbrushed in some ink and I've dry brushed on some paint and I've added some tufts, and that's it, done. So I picked up a kind of, that was like a beigey colour, 4 of those. They look quite nice when you put them all together on a mat. And there was a couple of greens that I kind of did this similar process for as well. But when you kind of patchwork them out, they don't look too bad, and they fill quite a large area. So if you haven't done that already, you see a lot of doormats being used and stuff for cornfields, which is fantastic. I haven't got any of that at the moment. I've got some I use for 28mm. I wondered if it'd be too large, but I've seen pictures of people using them, no problem at all with the size there either, so not an issue. I can't remember his name now. One of the guys in one of the 3, I think there's only 3 at the moment, groups for this on Facebook, was just using grass mat sections as fields. So again, I ordered a couple of offcuts for I think they were £1 for each roll, tiny little portions of them. It's like A3 sheets I think for about £1, and I put them on some plastic card, edged them with a bit of Vallejo dark earth, tufts and stuff again, and again they just form different colour sections of grass. So over a large area of field or something like that, you know that there's going to be different shades. These are, you know, maybe go near a building or a house or something, so it's like regular grassland rather than farmed land. But again, a couple of each just gives me some variety. I don't have any of the what I would say more historical wargaming style sort of soft cloth mats which you drape over hills and things. I've been using neoprene mats for a while, and for now the mat I've got, well, a couple of mats I'd be using are 6x4s, sort of grass style neoprene mats. So I wanted something that would have, I could use for fields, and in the future I may well invest in one of those sort of pre-printed lovely aerial view field type things. But right now I wanted to work with some existing stuff I got, and so far here the cost is under £20. More carpet tiles here, slightly thicker these were, but looks like more like a freshly ploughed field. Again, this was a brown one. I've airbrushed and dry brushed in a bit. This is a little bit higher, but gives you a bit of variety. I've got 4 of these, and I think they may have been £1 each at most. Again, if I plonk the stand on, more fields, fantastic, exactly what you need. And I did get some teddy bear fur, which is my first time ever using teddy bear fur. I used some hair clippers to shave it right down so it wasn't too long. It was, again, I bought a sample of size, so I've got one decent sized kind of chunk there, and 2 smaller ones, so they could be more cornfield or whatever you want really. And I may need more, but again, feel like I've got a selection of different sort of field type things there, and yeah, they look great with the models on. All in, still pretty cheap. And the final thing I did was I made some hedges, some hedgerows out of scourers, so washing up scouring pads on tongue depressors, lollipop sticks, whatever you want to call them, covered with flock afterwards, covered with some tufts and things as well, and Vallejo earth, just to give them a bit of variety. Again, super cheap. This is really going old school, using lollipop sticks and scourers, but it was cheaper than going buying loads of hedgerow. They're all the same length. A little bit of variety. I think I've made 20 bits in total, but again, they'll just fit nicely around the edge. Some of these fields, to edge them. So easy to do. A couple of slightly higher hedgerows. I've covered them with super glue before gluing. So I glued all the flock on with super glue, so these are solid as well, so I really can just pick them up and chuck them in a box. So it's going to be fairly resilient. It also means that if I'm playing this game at a club or something, and our local club is a store called Incon Gaming in Cheltenham in the UK, and I don't think they got lots and lots of this kind of terrain. As you can imagine, a lot of clubs are geared up more for, you know, your 40Ks and things like that. So because it's quite durable and not big, it'd be very easy to shove this in a box alongside my army and just take it down. I'm using all the mats there, but take these bits down and not worry about them. There's nothing worse than having a box full of loose flock that keeps coming off. That might be more of a challenge on the hills I'm going to build. But yeah, I was quite happy with them. I think for going old school again and making terrain out of this kind of stuff, I was fairly happy with the way it worked out. What I'll do is now is I'm just gonna, I haven't got space in my office to get my full table out, not with my wife. I'm sharing it at the moment as well for work, but I'll just put one of my mats over the edge of the board and line a few of these up and just take a few stills or do a quick video of that so you can see that as well. So the mat I had at hand probably wasn't the best one to demonstrate this, really. It's slightly, what should we say, sort of more of a drier grass effect, maybe sort of dusty plain or something like that than grassy field, so a darker mat. I just don't have one that's not 3 floors down in my garage, and I can't be bothered to go and get it right now just to stick on the end of this short video. But you get the idea that you can see how the fields look placed together, and if the mat they were on was a lot darker, they probably wouldn't sort of stand out quite so strangely. So yeah, darker mat will definitely be better to go with this terrain. I think when I originally ordered this mat, I was thinking about playing 28mm Peninsula Wall stuff, so I was thinking of a little bit more dry, dusty, arid Portuguese and sort of Spanish summertime things, but used it for lots of different stuff. But anyway, you get the idea that you can place all these little cheap fields together, and I've probably used about half of what I've made up here, and it just gives you loads of flexibility to move your fields around where you want them on your mat, really. I imagine most of the games at home I'll be playing with smaller engagements on a 6x4 anyway. Maybe I need to, my regular opponent for this, maybe we need to get together and pick up the same colour 6x4 mats so that we can put our 6x4 tables together and have a larger gaming space, which would be really cool as well. Make sure we got the same colour. But anyway, you've got the idea. I may do a little quick whiz round now as well.